Detroit, 1971, I was initiated. We drove up from New Vrindavan. And being initiated by Srila Prabhupada is such an awesome experience that I was completely stunned at the initiation. The system was, you've probably seen the pictures where you see strands of beads on microphones draped. So Prabhupada would chant on these beads. He'd chant one round on the beads, and then you'd be called up for the initiation. So we were in Detroit, and Prabhupada was chanting on the beads that were to become my initiation beads. And my name is called Richard Hall. And I staggered up, knelt in front of Prabhupada. Now, when you looked at Srila Prabhupada, you were looking at a person who was unfathomable. It's like looking at the ocean of truth. And at the same time, he's looking right through you. So it's an incredible experience. So he asked me the 4 rules. I answered, and he said, "Your name is Suresvara. It is a name for Lord Brahma. It means controller of the demigods. You are servant of the controller." So as he was saying this, I was like just getting more and more stupefied. I was kneeling in front of him like this. And I was, So he saw that I was stunned. So he had the beads. As he was speaking, he had the beads in his hands. He just finished chanting. And he saw that I was stunned, so he just held out the beads. And he said, "Come on, take your beads." He started rattling them in front of my nose just to... So finally, in 1975, I got a chance to go on a morning walk with Prabhupada in Miami Beach. It was about a dozen of us, so it wasn't like 300 people in a temple room. It was just a few of us on the beach. So Prabhupada was walking on the shore, and his cane would put holes in the sand right as the ocean would come up. And then when someone would ask a question, he would stop. He was leading the pack, and he'd turn to answer us, like this. So somehow, at one point in the walk, I stopped short, right in back of Prabhupada's head. His head was about this far from me. And somebody asked a question. I don't know what the question was. And then Prabhupada started speaking. I didn't know what he was saying, because all I could think was, wow, I'm right in back of Prabhupada's head. And I was studying his head. And it was golden head, and it had silver hairs and different furrows in the back of his neck. And then Krishna gave me a wonderful realization, that I was this far from Prabhupada physically, but actually, spiritually, I was like millions of miles away. So it was too bad that was true, but it was also enlivening, because all of a sudden I realized that what the devotees had told me all these years was true, that actually real association is not physical. It's vibration, vani. And I became very happy that I also had the opportunity to become very close and intimate with Prabhupada through vibration, vani. 1972, September, Srila Prabhupada's flying into Dallas to install Sri Sri Radhakalachandji. He arrives in Love Field via American Airlines. We usher him into the VIP room at Love Field. And Prabhupada sits on this makeshift dais and immediately starts talking about the 3 ways to fly. He just sits on this seat and he says, "So, there are 3 ways to fly." So the reporters are all there, and they're taking down this 3 ways to fly. I'm standing next to this woman reporter, and I'm looking at her pad. 3 ways to fly. Yes, Prabhupada starts. Yes. Pigeon. He didn't say swan, he said pigeon. Pigeon, mantra, and machine. Yes, formerly, Prabhupada said, formerly people knew the art of training up pigeons, he said, and you just get on the pigeons and just fly. So the woman's writing pigeon. And And then he says, and then mantra, simply by vibrating mantra, the yogi knew how to ride on the sound, like that. So mantra, all the reporters are writing this down. And then machine. And then so this lady shot up her hand, and she said, "So, Swami, if you know all these different ways to fly, then why did you choose to fly American Airlines today?" So Prabhupada said, "To be one with you." And the lady turned to me and she said, "I like that man."
Jai Anilo Premadana Karuna Prachu